Economic advisor to Presidents Reagan and Trump, winner of the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and author most recently of Taxes Have Consequences, an income tax history of the United States. Art, wonderful to see you. Let's start with taxes, which is your forte. What President Biden said about taxes, I mean, he says he doesn't lie, but frankly, he said a lot of untruths. But let's start with the tax untruth. Roll tape and we'll get Art's reaction.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a four-year period, number one. Number two, that $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy. What I'm going to do is fix the tax system, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Ouch, that hurts, Art. But I want to stick with the main thing he was talking about on taxes. He keeps saying that the new tax plan of Donald Trump implemented in 2017 cost $2 trillion. I don't see that. You look at the tax revenue since that new tax regime was in place. We have gained 47% more tax revenue than we had before. How does that cost anything?
It doesn't, David. And let me just say, if I can, I'm 3 years older than Joe Biden is, and I'd really like to correct him on this issue because it's really important. The tax cuts under Donald Trump paid for themselves.
That's right.
Total federal tax revenues in the two-year period were up from the prior two-year period. In fact, not only were they up over the prior two-year period, but they were up by a larger amount than the prior two-year period had been to the two-year period before that. The tax cuts paid for themselves clearly. The unemployment rates, the economic growth, U.S. and Europe were moving right together. And once that tax cut took effect in December of 2017, the two separated. So after 2 years, U.S. GDP was 2.5% higher than it would have been had it grown at the European Union rate. So all of these things, those are the facts. And I hate to say it, but I'm not interested in their opinions. I'm interested in facts, not how they feel. I know they really wish it hadn't worked, but it did work.
And it worked for everybody. That's the other thing, because the other lie that we keep hearing is, as he said, it was just for the very wealthy. I'm just going to put up a 2019 New York Times headline that says, "Face it, you probably got a tax cut." And it's referring to a study done by a liberal organization that showed that 65% of taxpayers got a tax cut. That is not just the very wealthy.
No, it's not. And, you know, when you look at it, David, if I can, and going forward, I mean, Reagan did the tax cut, the 86 Tax Act. You know, we did the beginning one in 81. The growth from January 1st, 1983 to June 30th, 1984 was 12% real growth. That's at an 8% per annum compound rate. That's Chinese growth rate numbers. I mean, that's what it works. I hope Donald Trump, I really think Donald Trump should do a 18-month payroll tax cut of 50%, both employer and employee, for an 18-month period, and then also 100% expensing of capital purchases for 18 months to really jumpstart this economy, to get people off the sidelines, get them back on job right away. That tax cut, too, would pay for itself in the 10-year calculations that they do, but it would also increase output, employment, and production, and he needs a fast start because, frankly, you know, he doesn't have another term to go after this, and we need to jumpstart the economy and really do it. And I think Donald Trump will not only be the best first-term president from the standpoint of economics ever, but I think he could easily be the best second-term president in economics ever. Just keep on going with pro-growth, democratic capitalist tax cuts, spending cuts, deregulation. I mean, sound money, and he will get it all the way home. And that is his revenge.
Art Laffer.
A good economy.
Great stuff, my friend. Thank you very much.